Welcome friends to the new video, and today I'm going to talk about how Kundalini practices affect energy, mood and awareness. When most people hear the word Kundalini, they imagine dramatic awakenings, mystical experiences or some supernatural mystical powers. But what if Kundalini practices were affecting you long before any dramatic spiritual experience? Yes, I really mean to say that because based on my experience, these mystical experiences or sort of flashes of awakening is not something that we should be targeting. What if the first signs weren't vision or energy surges, but more energy, a calmer mood, greater emotional stability, sharper awareness? Today, let's explore what actually begins to change you when you practice Kundalini Kriya Yoga consistently. Consistency is very important, and why these changes may be far more important than the experiences most people chase. So stay till the end. You're going to get a new perspective about Kundalini practices and what it can do to you. Well, the biggest misunderstanding about Kundalini, which I've observed in my practice and teaching so many students, listening to the experiences later on, is that Kundalini Yoga is only about awakening a dormant energy. According to the yogic tradition, preparation is more important than awakening, which actually I teach actively in my Kundalini courses. Most of my sessions are only about preparation. Actually, 80% of my course is only about preparation. You can even say 90. But why? Because if your mind is restless, your emotions are unstable, your nervous system is overwhelmed, and your lifestyle lacks the balance, then greater energy can actually create greater confusion and chaos. Yes, it's all about where you are. The ancient teachers understood that transformation happens in stages because we have different chakras in stages. Before higher experiences arise, your mind, body, and energy system begin reorganizing themselves, and this reorganization often shows up in very practical ways. So it's not that whatever you're practicing is not going to show up, but we need to have a refined awareness and consciousness to understand and experience that. The change one is your energy becomes more consistent. Most people don't actually have an energy problem. I feel they have an energy management problem. One day they feel motivated, the next day they feel exhausted, the next day they feel depleted. Energy is not stable, right? Well, in yogic science, energy is described as prana. When prana becomes scattered, we feel fragmented. When prana becomes balanced, we experience vitality. It's as simple as that. Yoga is not complicated, right? We make it complicated. This is why traditional Kundalini practices include basic Hatha Yoga techniques like breath awareness and alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhan, Ujjayi Pranayama, which is known as victorious breath, and Chakra Awareness practices, simple Kriyas, simple meditations. These practices are not designed merely to create spiritual experiences. They are designed to organize your energy. Many practitioners notice improved vitality, better focus, less emotional or mental fluctuations and exhaustion, improved resilience before they notice anything mystical. The first sign Kundalini practices are working is not a spiritual experience, it's stability. Less emotional chaos, less mental noise, more consistent energy. Many people are chasing extraordinary experiences while ignoring extraordinary improvements in everyday life that they experience, but they actually miss it. If your energy is becoming clearer, your head is getting clearer, your reactions are becoming calmer, and your awareness is becoming clearer as well, well, you may already getting the benefits of Kundalini practices, right? But the problem is we look into the books and start reading the experiences of enlightened yogis, and then we feel misled that, oh, probably I'm not practicing Kundalini Yoga because I'm not experiencing things which is written in this yoga classic. Change number two, your mood becomes less reactive. Let's talk about emotions. Most people live in a constant cycle of reaction, action, reaction, of course. Someone says something, your mood changes, something goes wrong in your life, and then mood changes again. The stress appears all of a sudden, your mood changes, it improves, and then something happens. So it's a constant cycle of action and reaction. Yogic practices work by increasing awareness between stimulus and response. The ancient yogis taught that awareness creates freedom, but we need to develop that awareness. When awareness increases, reactivity decreases. So if somebody tells you something, we don't react, but you first process it and then you answer or you reply back with awareness what should be the best possible response. That saves you from a lot of problems. Well, practices such as Nadi Shodhan, Pranayama, Ajapa Japa, Antarman, Brahmari, Khechari, these are all Kriya Yoga techniques. They help create greater inner space. You still experience emotions, but you're no longer completely controlled by them. And this is where real transformation begins. Not because your life changes like 360 degree or 180 degree, but because your relationship with life changes itself. So you don't have to go extremes here. You just have to be where you are and everything starts coming. As we say, practice, 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 and everything will happen. So that's the mantra of yoga. This is perhaps the most profound effect. Next changes, awareness expands. Awareness begins to expand. You start noticing things that previously operated unconsciously. Your habits, your thought problems, your food choices, your fears, your reactions, your attachments, your mental fluctuations, your strength, your potential, all these things starts shifting. I'm not saying transforming, but shifting. The yogic texts repeatedly emphasize awareness as the foundation of your inner growth. Without awareness, there can be no transformation. And the whole and sole purpose of practicing yoga is actually to develop a refined yogic awareness. With awareness, transformation becomes inevitable. You don't have to force it. Most people want to change their life. Few people develop awareness, but awareness is where changes begin. When awareness grows, you notice your habits, you notice your triggers, you notice your fears, you notice your potential, your strength, your weaknesses. And the moment you become aware of something, you are no longer completely controlled by it. This is why awareness is one of the most important aspects of yoga that we are actually targeting. And it is also the greatest gifts of Kundalini Kriya Yoga practice. So let me reiterate again, the real purpose of Kundalini practices is not to escape life. You cannot escape anything. It is to experience life more consciously with whatever circumstances you are living, wherever you are living, to bring greater balance to your chaotic energy, to come in between from two extremes, greater stability to your mood, greater clarity to your awareness. The extraordinary experiences described in yogic or Kundalini literature may come or may not come, but we are anyways not targeting it. We are not ambitious about it. But if your energy becomes healthier, if your emotions become more balanced, if your awareness becomes more deeper, then the practice is already working. And perhaps those changes are far more valuable than experiences most people are searching for. So never approach a Kundalini practice or Kundalini course or Kundalini mentor with extreme expectations of achieving it as well. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. What has been the biggest change you have noticed through your yoga or meditation or Kundalini Yoga practice? And if you'd like to learn more about authentic traditional Kundalini Kriya Yoga, Pranayama, Hatha Yoga, Chakra Awareness, and traditional yogic practices, subscribe and join us for the future teachings. I also teach all this in my online courses, video series, and also in my residential yoga teacher training programs, and also yoga retreats. So you can always connect with me if you're looking for a teacher with whom you can learn Kundalini Kriya Yoga and of course Hatha Yoga and yoga therapy as well. So I'll see you in the next video with some other topic. Namaste.